seemed to take issue with the fact that he may have had special treatment. She asked the state's attorney, why didn't you mention he's never had a valid license? She asked the defendant and the defense attorney, why was he allowed to attend his pre-sentencing investigation within...
Tank, what happened? Why are you in a wheelchair?
Shit happen all the time. Should be happening. Hey, I'm all right.
Wait, no. We got that fight coming up. You gotta beat it, bro.
We got that fight coming up.
He's talking to me, dog.
You gotta beat it, bro.
Bro, Tank's talking to me.
No, he ain't talking to you.
He's talking to me right now, dog. Champ's talking.
It all erupted at the Miami airport. A chaotic fight broke loose when Gervonta "Tank" Davis sucker punched Jake Paul. It was a shocking moment that defied expectations. But the drama didn't stop there. Outside the courthouse, Jake Paul delivered a brutal open-hand slap square to Tank's face. And that heat, it wasn't just emotional, it was iconic. It's now fueling the biggest boxing feud we've seen in years. Let's break down how one sudden outburst exploded into full-blown hype for the November showdown between Jake and Tank.
Here's the beef between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is an amazing boxer who is trained by Floyd Mayweather and has a great record. Jake Paul recently put Gervonta Davis on his hit list and saying he wants to box him soon. Gervonta Davis responded saying, "Jake Paul better leave me alone." Jake Paul responded trolling him and posting this picture calling Gervonta short. He then followed that up by this tweet saying Gervonta is not tall enough to ride the amusement park rides. And lastly, Jake uploaded this tweet of Gervonta jumping into a kiddie pool. It doesn't seem like Gervonta responded to Jake after all this trolling, but the beef is there and I wonder if they will ever fight. Y'all let me know in the comments who you think would win, Gervonta or Jake.
Just a few days earlier at Miami International Airport, things were already tense. Tank Davis, just past customs, was meeting his legal team regarding a federal case connected to a raid on his Dubai property. That's when Jake Paul suddenly appeared.
How extra nice to get that girl.
What's going on?
What's up, Floyd?
I can have what I want.
What you mean with the camera? No, you got camera too. So who you supposed to be?
I'm just working, man. Shit. What happened? You're not tough anymore since your loss? What happened since your loss? Yo, we gonna bust him up, guys?
I told you before, put that.
Yo, let's bust him up. Where you running, Jim?
Tensions flared, security failed, and what started as yelling quickly became a physical altercation. Tank charged forward. Security jumped in, but the chaos spread fast through the airport and went viral in minutes. Days later at the courthouse, both men arrived and faced each other publicly. As Tank exited his SUV, Jake moved toward the crowd barrier where fans and cameras gathered. Emotions ran high. Then came the slap. Jake's open-hand strike said more than words. Tank staggered. The energy spiked. Security stepped in immediately before things could get out of hand again. But the damage was done. Tank was rushed inside by his team while Jake was led back to his car. Though the scene calmed down, Tank's camp didn't stay silent. His legal reps released a brief statement. No public comments yet, but they're leaving every option open.
Can you give us your reaction to the sentence the judge just handed down?
Well, we're not exactly satisfied with a sentence of 90 days home detention. We believe that based on the severity of this incident, it doesn't seem to be much of a penalty to me.
The judge seemed to take issue with the fact that he may have had special treatment.
Rumors began flying that Tank might press charges or possibly accelerate the timeline for his clash with Jake Paul, because truthfully, this was never only about boxing. It's about ego. It's about proving a point. Jake Paul may not be boxing's sharpest talent, but mentally, he's unmatched at getting inside his opponent's head.
We're in discussions with a lot of names: Gervonta Davis, Anthony Joshua, Badu Jack, Ryan Garcia, KSI, Tommy Fury. So there's a lot of people on the hit list, but Badu Jack excites me a lot, and I definitely want to become world champion. So going after Zerto or Badu sounds like a good game plan to me.
If you had your pick of the litter, in scale of 1, 2, and 3.
First is Gervonta, second is Anthony Joshua, third Canelo.
And today he may have delivered his most savage psychological attack yet. But don't get it twisted. Tank's not walking away. If anything, today ignited something deep inside him. Insiders say he was steaming, enraged, humiliated, but laser focused. He's now demanding a November fight.
How about Jake? What do you think of Jake?
Clown.
Yeah.
He's a clown.
Would you look at it as a joke if if your team was like, yo, we want you to fight Jake Paul? Would you be like, come on, man?
I laugh at him. Like, you want me to fight him?
You think it'll ever come to the point where you're going to mix into, I mean, you're obviously doing the real shit, but will it ever mix into the point where the money's big enough
Yeah,
for
would you ever do a fight like that?
I feel as though in my career I can't do that right now.
Tank wants Jake in the ring, and he's out for vengeance. No more social media games. No more podcast trash talk. Just gloves, fists, and whatever happens when the bell rings.
Oh, Lord. I'm sorry. I'm just in a silly, goofy mood.
Here's where things really go crazy. The fight is officially happening. It's locked in Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis in November. And after what went down today, the stakes are absolutely massive.
We know that Gervonta is going to fight Jake Paul in November, and then we'll see what happens if there's an AJ fight. Be interested to go from Gervonta Davis to Anthony Joshua, but I don't think the Chavez fight is terrible. I think it's a smart bit of business.
Originally, this was shaping up like another flashy crossover event. Jake stepping up against Tanka's smaller, speedier, elite boxer. On paper, it was a mismatch in size. But now, that slap changed it. This isn't just about money. It's about revenge, and both fighters feel it.
Yeah, no, we're working on it behind the scenes to make that happen, and obviously that's a fight where the fans are going to win, and it's going to be the biggest event of the year.
What weight would you find in that?
We're working on it, but it'd be an exhibition most likely.
Let's get into it. Tank Davis is the current knockout artist of the lightweight world. At 135 pounds, he's torn through the division's best Leo Santa Cruz, Ryan Garcia, Rolando Romero.
Tank knows better than anyone how suddenly and violently a fight can end. His knockout of Leo Santa Cruz offers a lesson of what not to do against a power puncher.
That definitely was the best knockout. Cause he didn't wake up.
Yeah, he was the only person that didn't know how that fight ended.
Yeah, he fell right there. Like damn that out the ring. He just threw the shot 3 times in a row, but it wasn't like on no it wasn't like faint or nothing. He just kept throwing it like. Why would you throw it 3 times? Yeah. 1, 2.
The guy is a beast when it comes to power punching and ring intelligence.
Who were you gonna call out? What was the plan originally?
I think he was here. He came in my locker room.
Shakur Stevenson?
He wasn't in my locker room.
Jake Paul?
Next question.
God damn, that's not the Gervonta I know.
But fighting Jake Paul inside the ropes? That's a whole new challenge. Jake walks around close to 200 pounds. He's battled heavy hitters like Tommy Fury and squared up against boxing legends like Mike Tyson. He's got the size, reach, and power to floor bigger guys.
After Canelo, obviously, didn't materialize, was the next one Tank?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was on the 1 yard line as well, but he has to rematch, Lamont Roach. He wants to get that back. And then we'll be back in discussions with Mr. Gervonta. But, man, this is the nature of boxing. You have massive fights on the 1 yard line and things just fall through.
As you're watching it, he was a gigantic favorite, and this is on the heels of the Canelo thing. Are you like, what the fuck is going on here?
I don't know, though, because I never really thought Tank was that good. It would just take the right fighter to pick him apart, to be honest. Someone who had high activity and wasn't afraid of his power. So I always saw so many holes in his game. So to me, it wasn't that surprising that someone finally gave him some good work.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195.
Oh, wow. So he would go all the way from 40 to 95?
Yeah, I mean, it would be an exhibition.
Okay. And so what does that mean? Is that 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, 10 3-minute rounds.
And when you say exhibition, what are the restrictions on that?
No restrictions, just the fact that we couldn't actually get it professionally sanctioned.
Okay. Is that still of interest to you? If he wins the rematch and you beat Julio, is that of great interest to you later this year?
For sure.
But he's not nearly as technical. And now Tank's betting everything on that. He's set out to show that pure skill can absolutely crush size.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Nobody. I feel like my skills is way better than Floyd. If I'm on my game. You feel? Well, yeah, I take that back. Probably hand in hand. But skill wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody. Talking about top to bottom list of fighters that's fighting on TV.
That timing, reflexes, and pinpoint accuracy matter more. Still, let's not act like Jake's clueless. He's been training for years, and after beating Mike Tyson in July, his self-belief is sky high.
I am looked at by these younger kids as, this is all we know.
Done.
As a boxer, he's the best.
Whether you loved or hated that Tyson win, it proved one thing. Jake can take a shot and return fire. Now he's targeting the most lethal name under 140 pounds.
Tank was looking past Roach, and he wanted that Jake Paul fight, which I think Jake Paul would have beaten. Jake is way too big. Tank is 5'5", 135, soaking wet. Y'all think Tank is too small for 140. He ain't beating no heavyweight. I'm not joking. I don't think he would have hurt Jake. He would have to jump up to reach. I don't think he would have hurt him. I tell you this, it would have gone the distance, and people would have been laughing their asses off, and it wouldn't have been good for Tank's brand. I tell you that. That fight would have went the distance. Soon as 5'5" Tank is looking at a 6'2", 6'3" Jake Paul, y'all would be like, hold, wait a second. And Jake Paul be on spread out paws with that arm out and stepping back. And bro, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. But that's a cat. Fine. We'll never get to fight anyway. So we'll never know.
Buzz is already building around where this will happen. Las Vegas or maybe Saudi Arabia. Both places have the money to match the hype. Major streaming platforms are circling Netflix, DAZN, ESPN. Everyone wants in. This isn't just a boxing match, it's a spectacle.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195. It would be an exhibition.
Okay, so it was going to be an exhibition, not sanctioned, but no restrictions. You can knock each other out and shit like that. It was going to be at a catch weight of 195 pounds, 10 rounds, 3 minutes. I've been trying to figure this out. Why was I a Tank hater for wanting to see Tank go up 5 pounds to get some smoke with like Teofimo Lopez or something? I just wanted to see him go up 5 pounds and fight Teofimo Lopez. And all of you are saying you want Tank hurt, Showbiz. You a hater. You want him hurt. Then I'm convinced, okay, he's too small, but he can fight Jake at 195?
No championship titles, no rankings, just two men with pride on the line and one unforgettable slap that kicked it all into overdrive.
Gervonta Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super, super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
For Tank, this is no longer just about Jake. It's about silencing the circus and bringing respect back to boxing. After weeks of Chaos Dubai mansion drama, deportation rumors, Calvin Ford tension, he knows all eyes are watching.
Something is definitely going on between Calvin Ford and Gervonta Davis. Now, we all seen that knockdown in the 9th round, but what you probably didn't see is what happened after that in between rounds. Check this out. Coach Barry Hunter trained Tank for this fight with Lamont Roach, not Calvin Ford. A lot of people were saying that this performance has something to do with that. So, is something really going on between Calvin Ford and Tank Davis? Check out what Tank had to say.
No, I wasn't really paying attention to the crowd. You know what I mean? I was more so. It's something we gotta work on in the corner, for sure.